Alright, hello everyone and welcome back to my Fallout 4 Mod Spotlight series, where today we are having a look at the Anti-Material Rifle mod, which is being made by the Fallout 4 New Vegas team, and what this glorious little piece of work looks to add into the game is, well, the Anti-Material Rifle from Fallout New Vegas, and it is wonderful. I've really been enjoying my time with this thing, and I have certainly missed a proper anti-material rifle in this game. So let's take a look at what we do get with the standard or most basic version of the anti-material rifle. And as you can see, it's pretty good stat-wise, dealing 100 damage with 50 caliber rounds, with a firing rate of 2, range of 203, accuracy of 74, and a weight of 16.6. And all in all, it is a beautifully made weapon with some very good modeling, very good texturing. I love all the details on this thing. It is overall a very nice weapon. And now how you'll get your hands on one of these is fairly simple. Starting at level 25, you will start seeing them on gunners. Now there are also a couple of physical locations in the world where you are guaranteed to find one, including one legendary version out there for you to seek out, and it's pretty fun. Now as for modifications, we do have a pretty decent selection of categories, but not a whole lot of modifications themselves, which is kind of understandable. I mean, this isn't like a lot of weapons out there where there's a lot of variety that you can do with this thing. I mean, you're not going to turn an anti-material rifle into a machine gun or a pistol. I mean, I guess actually technically it kind of is a pistol right now. But yes, it's still always going to be an anti-material rifle that's meant to be for sniping. So all of the modifications here are really geared towards that, and it kind of makes sense. So let's go take a look at those modifications. And of course, start at the receiver category up top, where we have the usual from the standard, hardened, powerful, calibrated, powerful, and the advanced receiver. We then, of course, have the barrel category, where we either have long, light, or ported barrels. We then have the stock category, where we have the short stock, which is standard, a full stock, or a marksman stock. And then we have the magazine category, whereby standard you get 7 rounds, or if you want just a couple extra, you can get a 10-round magazine right there. After that is the sights category, where we have either no sights, iron sights, medium scope, or long. And this is really the first category where I'd love to see more variety, because there are a number of interesting scopes that could be used, like say a recon scope. I'd love to put one on here, but instead we just have, well, these. Now hopefully more get added in the future, but for now this is what you gotta deal with. Now, after the sights, we have the muzzle, where we have either a compensator, a standard muzzle, or a suppressor, and oh boy, look at the size of that thing. That plus a marksman stock makes this gun fairly ridiculously long, and it's wonderful. Then after the muzzle, we have a completely aesthetic bipod that you can add on. You know, it's just there for looks. It doesn't actually do anything stat-wise, but it does look good. And then finally, we have the damage type, where you can either start with Full Metal Jacket standard rounds, or switch them over to armor piercing, which will do less damage with less range, but of course, better armor penetration. We then also have high explosive and incendiary. Now, high explosive will get you the highest damage numbers. This plus the, I believe, the calibrated powerful receiver gets you the highest damage you seem to be able to do with this gun at the time being. One thing I'm a little saddened by, though, is, of course, it's explosive, and it even says right here, it goes kaboom, keep your distance. Yeah, except it doesn't actually go kaboom. I shot this thing right at my feet and nothing happened. I'm a little bit disappointed in that. I mean, you still get the higher level of damage, but it actually doesn't go kaboom, and that's what I was looking for there. Hopefully it's just a temporary glitch and that gets fixed in future versions, but as of the first release of this gun, which is what I'm reviewing here, it's a little borked. So let's actually go take a look at these things in practice, and start, of course, with the standard one here, which does have some glorious iron sights. Some of my favorite I've seen in a while. Very useful, very accurate, very good. And let's fire. Now you'll see it's not exactly the fastest firing thing ever, but again, I mean, it's an anti-material rifle. It's not really meant for fast firing, but yes, quite slow. A good reload animation here, as you can see, and I do like that the bolt and all of that is on the correct side. I don't know what Bethesda was thinking with the hunting rifle, but thankfully, the bolt action is actually on the right-hand side now, which is glorious. Now let's move on to the next version I made, which is an incendiary version with a bipod and the medium scope. There we are. And always fun to light things on fire, and this one actually does work. The incendiary round will, in fact, light things on fire, which is beautiful. And then, of course, we have the calibrated powerful one here, which, as I mentioned, I do have the high explosive rounds on, and no explosion. I mean, it's still a powerful round, and with the suppressor on there, really gives you a very powerful stealth weapon to use, but no explosion. I mean, if it was an actual explosive round, you'd expect the water to just erupt into a ball of, well, water. But no, nothing. I'm saddened by that, but I mean, thankfully, it is still a powerful weapon. Now let's go over and test these out on our usual test subjects of Randy and Will to see how they fare. Now remember, as usual, Randy and Will are custom versions of these NPCs over here, or well, mobs rather. So they are a bit tougher than normal mongrels and radstags, but I'm actually going to use the explosive one on him. I'm hoping 160 damage should take him right out. There we go. No even sneak doubling on that. That was just straight explosive. Well, semi-explosive. Now let's actually get out the incendiary one for a Randy up here. See how that fares. I actually think it'll do pretty well. Randy seems to be a little bit weaker than Will. So let's get him. Oh, didn't kill him outright. But the second shot, there we go. I wonder why Randy didn't run for once. Typically he bolts after the first shot. Huh. Alright. Well, works for me. But yes, that is the anti-material rifle being brought back to us from Fallout New Vegas. It is a wonderful, wonderful thing. I'm very happy to have this thing. It's just a fun addition into the game. And I mean, come on, who doesn't love just a big, clunky, powerful sniper rifle? It's just fun times. So yes, if you'd like to check out this mod for yourself, you can have a look at the link in the description as per usual. But that is going to be it for today, my friends. I hope you all have enjoyed, and that you do come back for the next episode, when hopefully we'll be looking at yet another wonderful mod. But until that time, thank you for watching, and as always, have a good one!